Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And I have to tell you that the new official figure of 900 confirmed coronavirus cases in South Africa, as far as I'm concerned, is just the tip of the iceberg. I've been speaking to not just one person, but a few people who believe that they've actually gone through the coronavirus, but because of the public health system and the public hospitals where they can't go and present themselves, because if they didn't have it, they'll probably catch it, and because of the lack of testing kits in South Africa, they've just lived through it. And it's clear that that coronavirus is far, far widely spread than the suggestion of just 900. Far more cases. That is self-evident. South Africa now has over 900 confirmed cases of coronavirus infections, President Cyril Ramaphosa announced on Thursday. On Wednesday, the total was 709 confirmed cases. The country will go into a national lockdown at midnight on Thursday. That's tonight. That's in about, an hour's time. On Monday, Ramaphosa announced the government's latest regulations to try and curb the spread of the coronavirus. It is expected that the Health Minister, Zweli Mkhize, will outline more details about the new confirmed cases later on Thursday. Ramaphosa was speaking after a virtual meeting with G20 partners on Thursday. Giving feedback to the media, he said at the meeting, African leaders had agreed to a united approach to tackle the rapidly spreading coronavirus. He said African leaders had agreed to heighten communication amongst each other to share ideas about how each country was dealing with the COVID-19 virus. He said the various ministers of health on the continent would form regional task forces for the southern, east, north, west, and central African regions. Ramaphosa said $17 million was raised for the African Coronavirus Fund, which would assist countries in dire need on the continent. He said, "We now have a clear position to address the fund. All countries are united. We have got to do everything we can to save lives, to act in solidarity with countries badly affected, and also to support economies." He said Africa had called upon the G20 to support a stimulus package for Africa that would see the IMF and the World Bank stop interest payments to existing loans and allow the countries to focus on battling the virus. Now, that's really interesting what they've just said there. The IMF and the World Bank will stop the interest payments to existing loans to allow countries to focus on battling the virus. Now, that money that's been paid by impoverished countries to the World Bank and the IMF is going to the super wealthy. This is why so much of the world is in basic slavery, because the super wealthy are just creaming it out of everybody's pockets. This is absolutely disgusting. This is what the fiat system is all about. It's a scam. It's the biggest Ponzi scam you know of. It is hugely, hugely corrupt. Anyway, let's continue. Ramaphosa said, We as Africa have called upon the countries of the G20, particularly the more developed economies, to support stimulus packages to Africa, adding that they also had called the IMF and World Banks for debt relief. Meanwhile, all businesses will close and only essential services such as healthcare, grocery stores and petrol stations will remain open during the 21-day lockdown. Citizens will be expected to isolate at home and will only be permitted to leave their houses to access essential services. The SA National Defence Force will be deployed to assist the South African Police Service officials to ensure compliance. Police Minister Bheki Cele said all South Africans were expected to follow lockdown rules and heavy fines and the possibility of jail time were on the cards if people did not comply. Now, again, I've just got to make a comment. This threat of jail time only applies to the low-hanging fruit. You know what I'm talking about, the average Joe in the street. These guys in the ANC, they can do anything, and nothing ever happens. Look no further than the corruption that's happened in this ANC government. Absolutely extraordinary. On Thursday, many South Africans took to visit their local malls to stock up on various goods as hours loomed before the national lockdown. The presidency said on Thursday that Ramaphosa had tested negative for the coronavirus. He had undergone testing for the COVID-19 virus following advice from his doctor. The presidency said it was decided to make Ramaphosa's results public to assure the public he was fit and continuing with his duties. The presidency said the president submitting for testing as a precautionary measure upon the advice of his physicians on Tuesday the 24th of March 2020 and received his results last night. Okay, so what are we talking about here? We're talking about a country now that is in complete and utter lockdown. You know, it is quite extraordinary that we have videos of, in the townships, people dancing, playing, singing, close to each other. If one of those people has a coronavirus, through the whole group. And this happened until a day ago, just a day ago. The complete disregard of the threat of the coronavirus. It's quite extraordinary. And the videos, they tell the whole story. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe.